people gonna hate me for saying this. A lot of people are gonna have opinions about this, and I'll say my opinion transparently. It's too easy now to put out a record. Instead of wasting time telling lies in these books, we should be setting up kids on how to learn to write their own checks and how to put money in the bank and how to invest and what's stocks and what's Bitcoin, so they come out of high school with more knowledge on where the direction of the economy is going and how to prepare for simple things, right?
100%.
How to apply for a job
100%.
Versus learning things that are no longer relevant. Work hard, play hard, take time to balance life, because remember what's important is not always going to be there.
Sliding in the studio, my album coming soon. Until we get this rap money, trap gon' have to boom. These bricks and these keys and these zips is what we'll do. If you need some fire, I can see you off the Jones.
I appreciate that what you do. I was going to say respectfully, man, like there's not enough people doing this. It is always about the podcasters saying it's about them or it's about who they want to put on or like their people, but they're not letting people in, especially in Miami. Yeah. It's a very closed gate market. You know what I'm saying?
Gatekeepers, and it's hard to get. You imagine it's almost it feels like you got to pay to play, or you got to just it's all a lot of like yes manning and a lot of dick riding, for lack of better terms.
Of course, yeah.
I feel like that comes from a world of like nowadays there's this often trope where it's like it's whack to try, it's lame to try, and it's hard. Like nah, man, that's the best. The best is putting in effort. Like you gotta be passionate about what you're doing. Yeah, you might push away some people, but if you're passionate about what you're doing, be passionate, and eventually you'll attract the right people.
Right.
And I think that's what we're crafting here on the show, and it's to each his own. Not every conversation is so informative. Not every conversation is deep. Some get religious, some get funny, some get heated.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of this show. Just like music, there's no rules to do it.
Yeah, because you're in a different mood every day, and whatever you're feeling at that moment is what you're gonna present.
100%.
But no, I love what you're doing. I appreciate it. I think that we need it more in Miami. I think, like you said, a lot of gatekeepers. I feel like people don't want you in sometimes. Like they'll tell you, yo, your shit is dope, or they'll big it up. But if you say, yo, can I open up for you, or hey, can I check this out? Yeah, maybe. You know what I'm saying? It's like they scared that you might outshine them. I noticed that a lot too.
It's like the famous quote, like people want to see you doing good but never better than them.
Correct.
And that's so crazy. I just heard Little Duval say that, and I didn't even hear the full clip, but because I got so passionate when I heard him say, I don't get when people say that, and it's the truth, because I don't get that either. Because I see like if you're eating and you blow up, I'm gonna eat and blow up too. And you're just gonna help me get closer. Like this is amazing. Like that's why Rogan's winning. Shout out Rogan. And I have my opinions about him politically and all that and whatever. Yeah. All that stuff aside, he puts his people on, and look how many comedians, and not just comedians, scientists, people that you otherwise would never hear of, just because they sat on Buddy's show for a difference. And that's awesome. And salute to anybody that puts their people on and frequently, you feel me, and give you a platform to talk. And that's what Prime Rogan was about, having debates and not being able to agree on everything. And yeah, for sure, we're gonna go back and forth, but that's what the world needs of, because now people don't have these conversations.
There's no healthy conversations. Yes. Everybody's right.
100%.
And we can't all be right? We all got our own views, but the most wise man listens, because that's how you become wise. You got to listen to what people are saying, understand the room, and say, oh, like I'll sit in a room and they'll say, why are you so quiet? Because I'm reading the room, one, and I'm listening. The person that talks the most in a room or is the loudest in the room is probably the least wisest person in the room.
100.
Because they're not learning nothing.
Exactly, just putting out.
Yeah, they just putting out what they want to hear themselves talk.
100%, dog. Let me get the setting here, because I got a new phone and
no doubt.
it
Take
keeps
your
locking the screen situation here. Let me see here. Display. Alrighty.
This brought to you by Slice. Send me a couple cans.
Yo, for real. It's a soda?
Yeah, but it's like one
healthy soda.
Yeah,
wow,
it's like
cool.
Probiotic. It's only got a little bit of sugar.
4 grams of sugar. That's insane for a soda. 4 grams.
I fuck with it.
I gotta check that out. Okay. Slice. Okay.
They got cherry cola and all that shit.
Whoa. Welcome back to a Slice of Paradise here, folks. Welcome back, folks. We already started. We already got it on and popping. I think what we started with was pretty fire, to be honest, on them. But if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Aircast for more great content like this, and for all the good vibes. And today we got a special treat for you all, because we're going to talk new nostalgia with Old Solomon. Our guest today, born in Camden, New Jersey.
Correct. Yeah.
And it moved out to Miami at 10 years old, right?
Yeah, about 9, 10 years old. 5th grade.
Wow, 5th grade,
Yeah.
crazy. So, well, I think it's different for like my generation. 5th grade was the end of elementary school, going, and then middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th, which is junior high.
Yep.
Right?
So I went to 5th, 6th grade, and then I went to Nautilus Middle School, which is in Miami.
That's Miami, right?
Yeah, and then I went to Beach High for two years. I got into trouble, and my grandfather shipped me back to Philly. He was like,
You're living with your uncle.
you go stay with
Philly.
go stay with your dad and figure that shit out. Work it out.
Oh shit!
You're getting in too much trouble here.
Crazy. So and then so here on the Aircast we start with the important questions because the people, the fans, the Air Force, everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
What exactly is the Scarface era? Well, describe the Scarface era.
I love that. When I came here, I think that's what the Scarface era was, and we were talking about it earlier. When people think about Miami Beach and South Beach, I know Miami Beach, South Beach as being scary. Like now you're like, scary, South Beach? I'm like, yes, Miami Beach, South Beach, early 90s, late 80s, that shit was scary. I mean, we talking gangs, we talking Scarface era, all the Cuban mob.
So like in Mariel, like for like the gang culture, like that was a lot of crime culture basically. Not even just gangs, just crime in general.
Huge.
Wow.
I remember driving down South Beach one day. I was a fucking 9 years old maybe.
Okay, so your parents are driving you in the whip.
Big ass Cadillac, grandfather,
Okay.
big ass Cadillac, and broad daylight, just dudes on the side of the building shooting at each other.
Wow.
We just
And
driving
you saw
by.
that?
Yeah, and I'm like 9 years old. I just came from Philly and I'm living here. And my grandfather's like, yeah, Miami Beach is beautiful. We're retiring here. I'm like, this shit ain't beautiful. This shit is crazy.
Wow. Plot twist. That's insane.
So Art Deco, Scarface era was a lot different than it is, 2000 and up.
So and you hadn't seen no crime or anything like that in Philly when you were?
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean,
okay.
Camden County, highest crime rate in the United States. We were like number 2 next to Detroit.
But you saw it like with your eyes as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were already accustomed to that.
Highest murder rate.
So the shock was coming out to Miami with your family telling you, "Yo, this is paradise."
This
and
is
you're like,
better.
Yo, this is the same shit.
This is better. Yeah, this is better because
different setting, but same crime.
because South Jersey, Philly, Camden was drugs. It's like that's my corner. People shot over drug.
Right.
When I came to Miami, the culture was gang culture, not like Bloods and Crips, but you had the Latin Kings, you had the Latin Disciples.
Right,
You had all these gangs, and I was shock value to me. I'm like, gangs, you know what I'm saying? But then I got into graffiti early, and there was a mix of like gang and graffiti. And I remember I got arrested for graffiti. Metro Dade Police beat the shit out of me.
Wow.
Said, what gang are you in? And they're showing me this picture of my tag. And I'm like, I ain't in no fucking gang. Smack me across my head. And I'm like 12 years old, bro.
Oh, because we were just talking before this, though.
Yeah.
Gang culture basically, for lack of better terms, like, swallowed up graffiti culture because all graffiti writers had to basically join a gang.
Well,
Was it like
you had to have a support system, I guess. Like, I started a crew, and some of the guys in my crew were Zulu Nation, not the New York Zulu Nation, but the gang Miami Zulu Nation, were graffiti writers too. So I was not a fan of gang culture. Like, I was around it, and my friends were involved in gangs, but I didn't want to mix it into the graffiti culture. But it was hard not to do that because it was relevant. Everybody was in a gang. Like, your homeboys was in a gang. Your brother that was like your main.
It's the influence, yeah. It's
yeah.
like you're living. Yeah.
So I couldn't avoid it.
Right.
So I'm like, I just don't want to get confused. But the cops don't care, man. They see you writing graffiti automatically. You in a gang. They whooping your ass. What gang you in? And it's just the same shit. You know what I mean? It was all wrapped up.
So, and then before moving to Miami, though, basically, what are like some early memories you have from New Jersey, like as a kid? Like, what do you have from out there?
Well, remember when I went back. So there's a lot of shit. I think surprisingly, I started finding about hip hop in South Jersey. I was hearing like fucking, Curtis Blow, Run DMC.
Okay.
But I wasn't like
diving deep into it?
Yeah, I just was hearing. I was like, oh, this shit is cool. I'm a kid.
Cool, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're not getting into music as a kid.
I was
like
going
that,
to elementary school in the city. You know what I mean? They was breakdance battles and shit, and I just was taking all that shit in.
You're taking life in.
Yeah, as a kid. And then when I came to Miami, I started learning graffiti. Like, I met one of my homeboys, rest in peace, Realm. He started showing me graffiti. He lived in my neighborhood, and I was just so intrigued by graffiti, so I got into graffiti writing. And while I was on that journey, I just started writing lyrics. and started listening to like Tribe Called Quest.
I was gonna ask. So you picked up graffiti writing first, but then from there, listening to music, you're like, yo, I can write my own lyrics.
Yeah.
Was it a situation were you freestyling like with homies, or you started writing first?
I started writing first.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. You learn what you're gonna spit.
Because when you first start, you usually are nervous. Like you're not confident at all.
I feel that 100%. I agree.
You're
with
like, I'm writing, and people are like, yo, spits. Nah, man, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, and on the reverse of that, like you have other homies too that could just go off. They just start going off, and you feel me? But a lot of times too, they ain't saying shit. But it's like, I feel you in the sense where you want to approach it where like you want to know where you're saying, especially as a kid. You want to fucking, like that was my first type of writing. My first type of writings was I'd write remixes. I wrote like a remix to What's Beef in like 5th or 4th grade.
Oh yeah.
And it's like wrote about like taking my homework and shit like that.
And it was easy because you could take the beat that you really like and put your own.
You have a path. You have a template. You have like a template. Okay, this is how this guy raps. Let me just rap in my own way, and you figure out your own ways of doing it. So you were doing the same thing, but this is in correlation, like a direct parallel with you graffiti writing. So you're doing both of
right because time. The elements of hip hop is graffiti, breakdance, DJing, and then rapping. So
wow, the Grumpy OGs was gonna love to have you on the podcast.
So the reality is I tried breakdancing, I sucked at it, and then I found graffiti, and I was like, yo, I'm pretty good at this shit, and I was getting better, and then I started writing rhymes because I was listening to De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Brand Nubian, Public Enemy, and I was like, yo, this is
wow,
because graffiti is a form of rebellion, right?
That's cool.
Hip hop is also then was a form of rebellion, right? Like fuck the police and all that shit.
Yeah.
So all of that was inside the culture already. Like, I was getting my ass whooped by cops. So when the artist was telling me fuck the police or saying their story, I was relating to the rap shit. Like I was like,
you're living through that too.
Yeah. And not on some, some harsh shit like some people dealt with and minorities deal with on a day-to-day basis.
No, you can get a ticket and be like, oh, it's a matter of the way the cop gives you the ticket. The cop could be a dick. It's like, bro, fuck the cops. Not to say all cops are bad, but
yeah. No, like, but that was the culture, right? So I related to the culture. It intrigued me, and I started writing rhymes, and I studied the best, like Rakim, and the way they just wrote shit down that was like, wow, this guy should just fucking write a book. He's a masterpiece.
Different level.
Just way ahead of his time. You know what I mean?
Way ahead. That's a gangster. And then I was gonna ask. So on that same note, are there like any direct parallels between like graffiti writing and rap? Like, do you see like what are some of like the biggest similarities you think? Like, damn, this is kind of similar.
Well, we talked about the rebellion side of it, but the art itself of just being like a battle rapper wants to be the best battle rapper, wants to write the best lyrics, and he's battling another guy. Graffiti artist is
competitive. Okay, competitive.
Right. I want to have the best tag. I want to have the most tags everywhere. I want to have the best piece and the coolest place where you could see it from the subway. It was all part of the culture because it was about bragging. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, I got the best chain. I got the best kicks. I got the best tags. You see my shit everywhere. So. Wow. All of that came from, and all that comes from not coming from nothing, right? Hip hop started from not coming from nothing. Like, this is me and my opportunity getting out. So if you had nothing your whole life, and now your tags all over Miami or New York or Philly, and you got the dopest shoes on, that's like bragging rights, right?
It's a different feeling.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling. Wow.
It brings your confidence up.
That is dope. Yeah. That is dope. And then, so what was your writer name? You had said before.
Scene. So they used to call me Crazy Scene and Little Scene because I was 13 years old running around with fucking juvenile delinquents that were like 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? So they would thought I was fucking crazy because I was jumping on buses, climbing fucking trees to tag. And
part of 3 Clicks too, right? You're like
3 Clicks, yeah. Shout out to TVC. Shout out to Roz Term, KV, Revo. And then I was a part of WBB before that. R.I.P. Snare and Realm both passed away. Big WB writers. And I grew up. Like, Realm taught me. He passed the torch to me, and then he passed away. And you got to understand, I lost dude who was that brought me into the graffiti culture and put me in WBB at a young age. So that was my main homeboy, and he got killed.
Yeah.
So that was like... Then I really went out. Like, I was like, oh, fuck the world. I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard losing dude at a young age when he was such an influence to my graffiti writing. You know what I mean?
Damn, and that was you kind of mentioned it before we started, and it was a big story that it was like because it was like you said it was a rival gang that thought he was gang banging and he wasn't because it was a mistake, right? It was a mistaken identity situation.
Yeah, so I was on the news actually. They interviewed me when
really?
At the hospital. Yeah,
Wow,
somebody has the tape somewhere. We talking a long time ago.
I could find it online?
You might. I tried to find it. I couldn't. But Realm passed away. He went to South Miami High School. I'm just trying to remember the year, but it was like probably early 90s maybe. I know his full name too, so I'll give it to you so you can look that shit up. So he went to go visit a girl he was talking to. I guess he met her online with them chat shits back in the day. They used to do the phone chat.
Okay.
But he met her and he started dating her, and he went to meet her after school, and he was hanging out with some dudes from South Beach Posse. Which was Miami Beach crew, because we were from North Miami, Miami Beach.
Okay,
so he was hanging out with these gang dudes, but he was a graffiti writer.
And South Beach Posse was on the gang shit, right?
They was on the gang shit.
They were a known gang.
Yeah. And he was rolling with them, like, and he was just chilling, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden, these cats came out of South Miami. They started looking at him like, yo, who's these cats? We don't know them.
Oh, but it wasn't just with Realm, it was with the whole group?
It was with his group.
Right.
But
so the
Realm,
whole group got hit up, or Realm just got hit up?
Yeah, but Realm was the type of dude, because I seen him fight, he wouldn't go down.
Oh, yeah.
Like most people be like, yo, there's too many. Let me just buckle up and take my licks. He was the type of dude that...
Probably whooping ass.
Yeah.
Damn.
So one of the dudes from the crew, and I won't say who it was. I think he got a long time in jail. He grabbed something off, like a big branch or some shit off the ground.
Oh my God!
And hit dude in the head like a couple times. And he was brain dead. When he got to the hospital, they said he was on a machine. His mom had to make a decision on, but I was there at the hospital, so they interviewed me like, how's it feel to lose your friend?
I'm sorry for having rehashed.
No, but I mean, I was mad young.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the type of shit that I was seeing at 13, 14 years old.
Dude, that is tough shit, man.
Yeah.
That is some
and to see his mom and shit, like, lose her son, always trying to tell him, like, you're going the wrong direction, and you know what I mean? He's like, Mom, I'm just a graffiti writer. I'm not doing nothing to die that way, you know what I mean, on the streets by or affiliated with gangs, you know what I mean? So, and them cats he was hanging with, respectfully, they wasn't for him. Like, they didn't give a fuck about him. They just knew he could fight good, and they liked being around people like that for their own selfishness.
Yeah, for self-defense. That's what that is.
He shouldn't even have been with them dudes, because if he would have came by himself, or just like with me, they probably would have just not even looked at dude. But he was there with like a little clique.
Yeah.
That had some affiliation with some shit, and then automatically he's guilty by association.
Yeah, man, your diet is not just what you put in your body; it's also, what you consume and who you spend your time around with people. So be cautious. If there's anything you take from that, is value the time you have and cherish the time you have, and be picky, be selfish, be greedy with who you spend your time with. We're allowed to be that way because all it takes is one bad moment and one bad situation.
Absolutely, and my grandfather used to tell me, you are who you hang out with. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Success, if you hang around with bums, guess where you're going to end up? And I preach it to my son. You know what I mean? Like, you are who you're going to hang out with. Facts. I put my son in a private school because I want to put him around people that are goal-oriented, successful. It doesn't mean there's not bad kids, but
no, of course, but it just that increases the chances of people that are going to be more focused.
Correct.
100%. That's a good logic to have.
And he plays football. He's an honor student.
That's awesome.
All the shit I wasn't.
That's beautiful.
Which made me work hard to make sure that he was not what I was. Even though I got out of it and I became successful, it wasn't an easy road. I just made it a little easier for him.
And education is the biggest thing. I think that's what this country's lacking the most of, man. That's what we need. I hear a lot of talk of, we need this, we need that. No, I think what we need the most of is education, not even jobs. Because there's money out here. There's a lot of things to be made, and there's a lot of opportunity, but it's people aren't educated enough to go out and hustle. People are just educated wrong on how to spend their money and how to just live their lives and diets in general with our health. Our health is crazy.
Like
our health.
They were saying, like, instead of teaching people his story, I say that in a subliminal way, but instead of wasting time telling lies in these books, we should be setting up kids on how to learn to write their own checks and how to put money in the bank and how to invest and what's stocks and what's Bitcoin. So they come out of high school with more knowledge on where the direction of the economy is going and how to prepare for simple things, right?
100%.
How to apply for a job
100%.
versus learning things that are no longer relevant, which is bullshit anyways. A lot of it's lies and...
But beware of the pale horse, right? Behold the pale horse, right? That's imagine that. I think that book tells people that they're just training us to be like factory workers,
correct,
right? And employee workers. So that's some real stuff, man. That is really
teach
really
kids
real.
to be their own boss. That's what we should be teaching kids, right? So they're not working for somebody else the rest of their life, making somebody else a millionaire, right?
100.
Because that's where I messed up. You know what I mean? I followed the structure, but I was a rebellious kid. But when I finally got online and my son was born, I realized, like, I wasted a lot of time. I'm older now. I got to jump on this corporate ship. And all I'm doing now is making somebody else rich. Now I got my side hustle, and eventually I want to build that to help my son out later. But the reality is I had no choice. I got into this mix where I'm paying bills, and that's where they want me. They want you in the mix where you check to check to check weekends, and then you do it again.
They're starving us out here, man.
Yeah,
Look at how many commercials are out for gambling apps. Every time you open up your TV screen or anything, even your phone apps, it's constantly an ad for Uber Eats, gambling, anything. It's just all different ways to spend your money and kill your health and distract yourself. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%, man. What does OG mean to you?
Well, the original term is original gangster, which was Ice-T, when I think of the word OG, but I think it's more symbolic to being somebody from a golden era of certain street code, certain rules that we follow that we hold dear, like, some things like never tell and treat people the way they treat you.
But just to be clear, is gangster crime like streets, like, because I feel like you could be gangster but not be like in the streets, like you could be corporate gangster, like that's a gangster way to be corporate, like,
right?
Like, you feel me? Like if you're not like, I like to hear your kind of explanation, because a lot of people there's a lot of different explanations to what like gangster means, but most importantly OG, because of course, like you said, OG comes from original gangster, but the golden era of like wisdom, you mean like coming like from
just the code of OG, like the era of where we come from. Like when I say that's my OG or that's an OG, meaning like he understands how we did things in our era. He respects certain code that we live by, right? Doesn't mean that he's a gangster or I say OG. Like when I coach, people call me Coach OG. That doesn't mean like I'm a gangster. The young cats call me OG.
You're OG,
because I came from an old era, and I came from, like, I've been around some gangster shit. I've seen some gangster shit. I'm not a gangster,
but
I wasn't in the gang, but they were saying, like, you go by a different code of that era of an OG, right?
And that surviving that makes you gangster. Like, that's the way I look at it. That's why I don't have an issue with, like, yeah, you are a gangster. You're
like
OG. It's a blessing to be alive this long. Like,
correct.
You feel me?
Because
like,
a lot of OGs
you gotta celebrate that. You feel me? That's
absolutely
real shit. A lot of OGs aren't RP. You feel me? Nobody that gets to make it this. I tell my homies my age, like, homie, we're blessed that we get to make it to 25, 26, 27, 28, 30.
Like living in Camden, young cats, 17, 16, shooting each other, fucking in Philly, and it's just crazy. The crime rate is bananas. North Philly, my boy's doing life. He was a graffiti writer, he was a rapper, and he was just a product of his environment. My boy Nazim, he's in jail right now. He'll never get out. And I used to go to ciphers with this cat, rap with him, and I was in a crew with him, and like he was my boy, bro. He goes back to Philly for a couple days, and I'm like, yo, don't do no dumb shit. Come back to Miami, and let's do this rap shit. And he went over there and did some shit. And he fled. He came over here, and they got, fucking feds got him.
Feds are feds, yeah. Feds are everywhere.
For murder,
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't play.
So it's like, you got to, again, it's about product of environment. Sometimes you got to get out of that environment. It's not as easy as it says, but when you become somebody in that environment, you start following the way everybody else moves, because if you don't, then it's like, all right, you become the victim, right?
Yeah.
So,
can't have the victim mentality though. You gotta the four agreements. You can take accountability for everything. Make it like make everything your responsibility, even when it's not. But in a way, kind of do that, because that just it's
like an OG mentality. Like teach people like, yo, this ain't gonna go the way you want it. There's two roads and that's it. All the elders say that. Like when I grew up, all the elders would, and we still saying it, right?
Yeah.
There's only two directions, death or jail, right?
There's always at least two choices, man. You always have a choice. Facts.
To get 100%. Out of that, yes.
And how do you feel about common sense?
Like,
not the rapper.
I was gonna say the rapper was common now. Yeah, just common sense. I mean, I think there's not enough of it, right? Like we don't have enough common sense. Like I tell my son, he's very book smart, but he don't have any street knowledge, which I figure street knowledge is a little bit of common sense, right? Like watch your back, make sure you, like we just talked about, I like to sit with my eyes facing the door. I don't like my just simple shit like that is always in my head just because of where I came from.
Yes.
My son don't think about that shit, right? And maybe I don't want him to, right? Because I want him to be a little bit naive, but I also want him to know that once you get out in the real world, and I'm not here like to hold your hand and show you direction, because I'm not going to be here forever.
100.
Life hits you hard as shit. So have common sense. Yeah. Stop reading shit that's irrelevant and learn some common sense shit.
I think the idea as a parent is like you want your kids to know that, but you don't want them to be always in a situation or arena where that's constantly where they gotta live. Like,
right.
You feel me? I think that's constantly like I don't have kids yet, but my puppy. You feel me? Like we almost got him a little brother the other day, but the dog bit him and shit like that. And I just look at it like, yeah. Maybe put him out with other dogs, but like you feel me? Like don't put him constantly in that situation. So that's kind of like the private school, public school thing. It's like put them around more people that are going to be more on point. And you might have some bad apples everywhere. There's going to be bad kids and bad crowds everywhere. But you're going to increase the likelihood.
And some people don't have the choice, right? They're
100%.
They're at where they're at. They can't afford private school.
But that's a choice you make as a parent. You feel me? You choice. What do I want to invest in? And that's an investment you make.
Work my ass off just to make sure that he's in the right environment.
The OGs didn't let you shoot. Right? The OGs never let you shoot?
Yeah, so I like that you said that's crazy. That's one of my lines.
Facts.
So that song, that's growing up in Miami.
Yeah, 100.
Like you the young cat, do your graffiti thing. Don't follow us outside. Or don't go out with us and do that gang shit, right?
Is it almost like an idea of like, yo, you got the future, like you could take us out of the hood type of thing? Or is it just like you're not on this, like be out of
both.
This? Okay, cool.
I think it was more of like, you're a good kid. Right?
Yeah.
Like
you got talent.
Like Boys in the Hood, like get out the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's okay. That's a good analogy. Yeah,
that wasn't you're not meant for this shit. We get out the car while you can, and I'm not gonna say nothing. So the OG said they wouldn't let me shoot because they were like, we don't need nothing to happen to you. You're young, you're gifted, and we want to make sure that you get somewhere. We already in this shit, right?
Those same OGs, is there any other clear piece of advice that maybe they gave you that you give maybe to your son or the younger G's now? Or maybe something you wish they told you?
No, I think, at that time, a lot of the OGs weren't thinking about the future. They were thinking about the now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody that was going out doing shit was never thinking about the next 2 days. They was always thinking about that moment, we're going to go do this, we're going to do that. No consequence, right? Not thinking about anything that could happen, just that moment, right? So that's the difference that I would teach my children, or I wish somebody would say to me, like, yo, here's a consequence to this, right? Like, when you keep doing this is what's going to happen. I know it seems fun, like my son did some dumb shit on New Year's. I won't bring it up because I know my wife might watch the podcast, so I ain't going to throw him out like that.
Maybe they both do, but son.
But listen, and I sat down with him. Like, I didn't come at him like, yo, what the you know what I'm saying?
Delivery is very important.
Yeah, so I said, listen, I get it, right? Like, you're young, you only get some time to have fun, and I want you to enjoy life. I know school's hard, sports and everything, all this stuff can be overwhelming. Like, I'm talking to him like a man, right? Like a young man, right? And I'm telling you, like, but the reality is, right? You hanging out with these cats that are doing dumb shit you just gotta be there. I talk about Realm, like him being with these cats cost him his life.
Tell him that story. Oh, you've told him the Realm story?
Yeah. I said, so you going out with these dudes that are door knocking and running, or whatever the fuck dumb shit they doing, and one of them gets shot or locked up or whatever it is, you just had to be there. So that's why who you're with is so important. When you see people doing dumb shit, let them know that's not for me. Like, go ahead, do it. I'm not. Get out the car. you know, like
it's okay to say no.
Ice Cube, Doughboy, get out the car.
shit.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
That's
It's okay to be your own person.
Yeah,
and say no,
exactly.
dog.
Originality is important right now.
So important. So important. And then as a journalistic veteran yourself, right? Shout out Rap Radio Talk.
Rap Radio Talk. Sounds familiar.
I thought you had like a show. I think on one of your older YouTubes, you had like a show. You had like one.
Oh
episode
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Rap
yeah,
Radio
yeah.
Talk, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was Real Rap.
Real Rap Radio Talk.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Real Rap
with
yes.
W. We did it
Yes.
to make fun of like the AM stations, but yeah, we did it for a minute. Me and my man Orion Pax, and we interviewed this dude who religiously says that he's met aliens. And I want to get off topic, but Cat was mad interesting.
Oh, Mr. Galaxy, right? That was
Mr. Galaxy,
yes,
yeah, mad interesting dude.
So-
he looks like an alien. Like if you meet him in person, you'd be like something. But he's mad cool, right? So I was like, yo, let's try interviewing this dude. Similar to you, like I didn't care about, it's a good way to open doors.
Yeah, network and get the numbers up.
But it's fun. I always thought interviewing and shit was fun to me too. I enjoy what you're doing. I like to do that shit too.
I appreciate you saying that again, man.
And you're opening doors for people. And I wanted him to tell the story because I felt like he could be heard. Now I had some laughs and made some fun of some of the stuff, but I also let him talk about some important things about the government hiding certain shit. We know there's some shit in there. They asked Obama.
All kinds of shit, yeah.
They asked Obama, is there aliens? And you saw it. He said, yeah, real fast.
Oh, yeah, he just came out and confirmed it.
He just didn't say.
Obama's a real one, man. Shout out Obama, dog.
So for him to say it that fast, like, we ain't dumb, man. Like, the government acts like we're stupid. We're not dumb, man. Well, we're not the only people in the galaxy. It's too big, right?
Yeah, I feel the same way. But on that same note, I brought up the talk show because I wanted to ask, as an artist, what's something you think me as a journalist and interviewer myself and other interviewers out there, people doing podcasts, what's something you'd like to see more from them when it comes to talking with musicians and artists in general?
No, man, I think keep doing what you're doing. I think to give somebody a platform is, you don't have to do no more, man. Like, you could be super selfish and make it about you, and instead, because you're an artist too, right? Like, shout out to you, you're a good artist. You could just be focusing on that, but instead you said, I'm gonna give a platform to other artists and other talented people to come sit and talk with me. So I appreciate it. I don't think there's nothing you need to do, but just keep doing what you're doing.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Oh yeah, though. And naturally, so graffiti writing, is there any other like ways you express yourself artistically, or maybe like just in general, like you play ball or anything like that?
I used to play football.
Okay, cool.
I was a kick returner / wide receiver.
Oh, okay. On the skill tip?
Yeah, and so I coached for a while. Like,
that's what you coach now, football?
Yeah, my son, I coached him from like U6 to U12.
Nice. Okay, so he's playing with pads at a young age. That's cool.
Yeah, well, he started flag real young, and I was coaching this flag team, and then he got into like Optimus football, and it was crazy because
it's life changing, dude. I didn't play with pads till high school.
I wanted to see how bad he wanted it, so I put him in the hardest Optimus club there is, like the roughest one, like the worst kind.
That's good though.
Because I was like, yo, if you survive this, then I know you really want it. He got his ass whooped. Like the first day, he could barely talk. He couldn't even. We had to put him in an ice bath. And I looked at him. I was like, "You still want to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah, Dad."
Wow, that's cool, man.
And I mean, I seen him he got laid out like 3-4 times, like dirty hits on purpose because they wanted him out of there.
That's part of the game.
He was a new kid.
Okay.
Like, yo, we don't know this kid. I'm gonna hit him hard as shit. Got right up. So my son is tough as shit. I was like, all right. So now I know you want it.
That's a smart way to approach it because you got to put him through the ringer because you're going to get it eventually. So might as well get it out the way now and be like, this is what it's for. Yep. This is an appetizer. It's going to get worse.
It's way worse.
What's different is you get better and you get stronger. Like life.
And not only that, like even if he don't play football, which I can see he might be losing interest, but it's a life lesson of teamwork and getting up and failing and succeeding.
And mental fortitude.
Mental strength.
Just testing your body and your body limits and just, this is something I could go through. Like, it's different, homie. And carrying pads on your body, like, that's an extra, like, 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds and getting rocked.
And getting knocked at, like, 30 miles an hour. Bam!
Man,
so, he's got it.
Do you have any opinions about how music's being consumed nowadays? Like, the lack of physical media and, like, now everything's, like, streaming and algorithms? People
are going to hate me. For saying this. A lot of people are going to have opinions about this. And I'll say my opinion transparently. It's too easy now to put out a record. And people think that's a good thing, and it is. It's great that we have more control.
Accessibility is a good thing. The fact that we can make music is good.
Right, because record labels now have less control, right, for exploiting us, right? So that's the positive. But the negative is anybody can get a laptop, a microphone, and become a rapper, right? Like anybody. My grandmother could do it, right? Doesn't mean they're good, right?
Right.
So the saturation of artists is insane. And what hurts me about that is there's so many good artists that they're getting pushed and saturated by all the bullshit on top. You got to go through so much bullshit to find good artists, right? And listen, it's all perception. Like, what's a good artist to you, right? I've been doing this for a long time. I've been around a lot of talented people. I know somebody, even if it's not my flavor, if they're good. Like, this guy's talented. No matter what, whether I would listen to it or not, I can tell you got talent or you don't.
Quality music. There's a difference between quality music and something that you like. You know, like you could admit something is quality without saying this is my
exactly.
My shit. Yeah,
and that's my second love of something I always wanted to do, more like a executive producer, A&R, because I see talent. Like I know, and everything I predicted, like this guy's gonna blow up or this song's gonna blow, it happens.
You have a good hit rate.
Yeah, so my ear is really good for listening to shit and knowing shit, whether I fuck with it or not. But the problem is that cat that's really good, he's got to go through so much to get where he wants to get, to be heard. And it's a money scheme now. It's like you got to spend a lot of money to get heard. You got to get and promote yourself. And it's, if you want to be a rapper now, it's like, I would say it's harder than winning the lotto, like to be a big artist. And I hate to say that because people get upset when I say that. I've been in a room where, but like, what do you mean, man? You just got to be consistent and you can have anything you want. Yes, but it's not easy, man, because back in the day, it would be you made a dope record, you had to go to the studio, you had to get a dope producer, you needed a dope engineer, you needed all these tools.
It's not just like, I'm a big preacher of hard work, and you know, especially like with working out and all that. Like, yes, hard work and being consistent is true, and with many things, consistency is true. But music is a little bit more elaborate. Not just music, art in general. Like making a movie, making an album, anything.
Absolutely,
it's more than just being consistent. Because you could show up every day yourself, but if you're only just doing so much, you're only just doing so much. Yeah. It takes a village. It takes a team. It takes work. It takes networking. It takes politicking. It takes, you know, getting out of that introvert. I know a lot of artists that are introverts and don't like to go out and network. And it's like, homie, you're never gonna change your situation. What do you think? Somebody's gonna stumble upon you online? Like, nah, you gotta go out.
You gotta work.
You gotta work in multiple ways of working.
I got an artist that I'm working with. I produced one of his records.
You wanna shout him out?
Twin to God. He's gonna listen to this, from Queens. Yeah. Big record. Static Selector already played it on Shady XM.
Wow.
So shout out to Static for he's supporting New York underground artists, playing his record. But when I heard him, I was like, yo, this record's big. Like, it's a big record. And he just started to put it out. And he's a dude that's going to take it to another level because he's got the look, he's got the consistency, he's got everything you need as an artist. But he's dealing with so much bullshit in the industry. Like, how many people hit him up every day? Like, fucking, you want to buy I could put you in a magazine. I could, you know, it's like so much shit that he don't know what's real and what's not.
There's a market for that. I don't know if it's happening to you. I'm sure it is.
Crazy.
Any artist, like at least me,
millions.
You get mad spam DMs of, yo, you want a million followers? You want this and that? It's like,
producers, like, I love y'all, and I'm glad that y'all are making beats, but like, I got a producer team that I fuck with only, and I'm getting mad beats sent to me, like 300 producers.
Oh, yeah, that's annoying.
Like, so many producers, and I feel bad for them cats because it's hard. That's another industry. It's hard to be a producer.
But are you referencing like people actually sending you beats? Because I'm like, I literally just deleted like 700 emails from my email of like I'm on, like, I guess I signed up for beats at one time, but then you get part of this producer email list
non-stop
every day. Like,
my Gmail's full with beats. And I made a mistake, and I was like, you know, to reach my team, I put my Gmail out there, and I just got fucking 100 beats, fucking from 1,000 different producers.
They will find it.
And some of this shit is like, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you heard my music, and this is the beat you sent me.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of it's just botted. A lot of it's maybe they're using like an AI, and they're just finding people with their emails out that have rapper or artist in the title, and then they're just sending a template email out. You know,
some of it pays their bills, right? They sell beats for $25, $30 with no license, meaning you don't get full exclusives. So that's their hustle. Sometimes they'll sell enough beats to make a little bit of money. Respect that, right? But you gotta know your lane, right? Like if you got beats that sound like they're for Young Thug, you don't reach out to Nas, like
But don't you? I don't know if you. Let me know if you feel the same way about this, but I kind of feel like that's just like, because me personally, like, I love working producers, and I love when producers send me beats, but like when they're actually sending me the beats, I feel like what we're talking about right now is like the producers are like kind of just putting you like on a list with a bunch of other artists
randomly
and blasting.
Right, they didn't put no effort.
So they're probably not even listening to, you feel me,
Correct.
our music. They're just saying, yo, I'm just going to send them. And hopefully, all it takes is one rapper, one person on the internet that's not me or you that's going to read that email and be like, yo, this person heard my music, and they're going to listen to the beats, and maybe they'll lie to themselves and be like, yo, this sounds like one of my beats. This is perfect.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one purchase for that guy to justify his business process.
But it goes back to that work ethic.
Right.
You didn't take no time to study my music.
No passion, no care.
And to listen to what I fuck with, and send me something in that lane and say, yo, you would sound dope on this.
100%. Yeah.
Versus just sending me 30 beats like, yo, check out my beats. No, fuck you. I ain't checking. I don't have time to sit through 30 beats that sound like they're not even something I would touch.
If I was a producer, though, what I would do, though, I haven't made beats yet, but if I was a hungry producer...
I make beats too, for my homeboy.
I just thought of this. Is this not a creative business approach? Because as an artist, this is one of my goals, like to be at a point where people make official HEIR type beats. You feel me? And it's like whatever type of sounding beats. Because I drop all kinds of shit. But you know how... Have you ever seen like Drake type beat, Gucci Mane type beat? You feel me? And it's like a specific
AI
sound.
is doing that shit.
But
now.
if I was making beats and I was trying to sell my beats, I would target specific artists and I'd be like, yo, King Solomon, here are King Solomon type beats. And obviously pick beats that really sound like your shit, but just titling them King Solomon type beats, like as an artist,
right?
I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, you made some King Solomon type beats. Let me hear what you think I sound like. You feel me? Like, I don't know why artists are doing that. Like making more tailor made to the person you're pitching.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
effort. That's harder than just sending out the generic pack.
The blast,
That's
the emo blast.
That's what I'm saying. There's no effort. There's no effort. There's no work ethic.
It all goes down back to effort.
You're talking about actually working.
You're talking about titling it different every time? What?
You're asking cats to send 30 beats to like 800 MCs, because there's probably a lot more they send it to.
No, imagine doing it different every time.
There's one shot. Yeah, because there's so many artists, right? And they're like trying to get all their beats to all these different artists, so they don't have time to maybe. But I feel like they're gonna fail every time they do that.
Yeah,
they might get lucky once in a while, but
that's why they're in the position they're in.
Right.
That's why they're at the level they're at.
Yeah.
Like I met with Twin. I know he fucks with that Queens Mob Deep shit. Like he's on that real Queen. So I said, yo, I made this shit specifically. Sounds like, loved it. Like, yo, give me that shit. But if I would have sent him like 30 beats that I made for whoever, he would have been like, what? Come on, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, and he's my homeboy. He'd be like, I'm not listening to this shit.
Crazy. And is the Jordan 11 your favorite 11, or why was it originally Solomon 11?
Good question. So I had a lot of fucking names. My homeboys make. I was Solomon Wise, and
first Solomon was first. Okay.
Yeah, and then I became, and this is the era of like Wu-Tang. Like I was in the Wu-Tang era, and everybody was like, you know what I mean, Spectre Deck and Solomon the Wise, and you know what I mean. So I was fucking with that vibe. And then as I grew as an artist, and tried to rebrand myself, because I felt like I was trying to be humble by saying Solomon Wise is a big thing to say. Like you're the, you know, I'm a wise Solomon, King Solomon. You know, I don't even call myself King Solomon. That didn't exist in my vocabulary or as a name. Solomon 11 is my birthday, the 11, and the 11 was symbolic to king.
The day or the month?
The day.
Okay.
The day was symbolic to king. If you look up the number 11, so the Bible, Kings 11:11 is a story of King Solomon losing everything he had because he started worshiping false idolship, false gods. So God took Yeah, because of his wives. So God.
Oh, like he started chasing pussy.
Yeah,
for lack of
he
better
started
terms?
praying to their gods. So
Worshiping the God of his wives.
yeah.
Oh, his
Yeah.
wives had different different
Gods.
religions, different gods. Oh.
It wasn't Yahweh. It wasn't,
Yeah.
And he didn't fall for it.
So he was switching. Okay.
He was switching up.
He was like, I love Buddhism. Let's get it.
Yeah,
I love
And
Muslims.
I think it's deeper than that, though. I think it was just the fact of he's worshiping more lust than just God.
That's what it is. Maybe he didn't even believe in the religion at all, and he was just chasing pussy.
Yeah,
Right,
so
right,
God
right.
was like, I'm taking your kingdom, your jewels, everything away
No
from you.
loyalty.
So that's what Kings 11:11 is, and it's a reminder. Solomon 11 was a reminder to me, like, don't forget your path. Like,
So Gucci did the Waka. He tweeted
Yeah.
about it. He's like, yo, somebody take this disloyal guy's contract.
like on my back, I have Kings 11:11.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, as a reminder, like, remember, stay humble and give thanks all the time. You know what I mean? And don't forget the reason why you're here, right? Whatever you believe in, right? Your path and where you're supposed to go. So the 11 was symbolic to that. And then I just was like so tired of the music shit, so I did it almost as a joke because it's like Lil Jon, Young Thug, Young.
Oh, that's where the old.
So I was like, I'm old. You know
That's
what I mean?
cool.
And I'm cool with that. Like, fucking call me Old Solomon, right? Man,
Yeah.
like, OG, you old, man. Stop talking about fucking you back in the day, you old. Okay, so I'm old. All right, call me Old Solomon.
Yeah.
So it stuck with me, and then I think it's never going to change again.
Nah, it's dope, dog. And like, you could always like reap part of life is you level up and you grow into different
That's it.
entities, and
That's it.
that's part of your natural progression as a human being.
Absolutely.
So that's 100%.
I went from Crazy Scene, the graffiti writer, to Solomon Wise, the biblical rapper, and with the fucking crazy ass words that like that Wu-Tang shit.
Yeah.
And then I got into like some knowledge shit.
And like Solomon built the first temple, I think, in Jerusalem.
So, yep.
You're building your career, and that's what we do. We build our lives.
Yeah.
Homie. So like it's very poetic. I educated myself on the Solomon stuff, in research for this pod. So
I appreciate
that's a dope name, man. And I'm glad people are listening
And
to this.
shout out to you for doing that, because a lot of these cats get on the podcast to interview somebody and they just throw ridiculous questions out instead of researching the shit. So that shows your work ethic.
I mean, it's easy to shoot the shit and just talk fun, conspiracy
Yeah,
shit,
of
which we
course.
always do on the show too. Not to say we don't do that,
yeah.
but this, it's always fun to get
learn.
into the backstory, because that's why do you call yourself
here.
that? Why? You feel me? It sucks to not ask it. I'd hate somebody watching the show and at the end of the episode be like, damn, but why does he call
I didn't
himself
ask.
Solomon?
Yeah.
you feel me?
Where is he from? He ain't asking where he's from.
Type shit. And then let's make sure we get this out the way. Where does the name New Nostalgia come from for the new album?
So new nostalgia is a mix of old and new, right? So like the word nostalgia means like an old feeling, right? Like when I think of nostalgia, I feel like the old school Cadillac, or like the old pictures we used to take with Polaroids, and the feeling of just nostalgia is old. It's still like
Memory
that,
lane. Yeah.
memory lane, golden era, like we talked about the OG. So the music I am putting out is new nostalgia. So it has that old nostalgic feeling, but it's a new way of, it's a new nostalgia.
I like that.
So it's old school, new school.
I got a homie in New York, he and Y from Queens, and he got some shit called New Vintage.
Yeah.
Similar
Dope.
lane.
Yeah, I loved
Shouts
it.
to him, man.
And I put a record out right before I put that out called Nostalgic.
That's dope.
So I was trying to like twist it to say this is new nostalgia.
It's like the sequel.
This is new vintage.
Yes, that's like the
I
sequel.
love it.
Yeah.
It's dope.
That is dope. And right now, when you were giving the explanation, it made me think of a quote like, have you ever heard the quote of like, the good times are now?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
feel me? And that's kind of like the best memories of your life. You don't know it until after you've lived them, and then you look back and like, damn, those are great times. You feel me?
Yep.
Like that's kind of like what that name could mean. You feel me? Like this is a great moment in the future. You feel me? Just,
The new
Good
Yo.
old days, the good new days.
Yeah. So originally I was gonna name the album The New Old.
the new old. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the new old. You know when they say like 30 is the new 40?
Yes.
That's
yes.
the new
That's
old.
constantly changing.
It's
right,
the
yeah,
new.
yeah.
So the next project might be the new old.
That's
like,
fire.
Yeah. So
That is
like
fucking
old
fire.
ain't what it used to be. Old now is a little different, right? We hip. We understand. We got more. We got knowledge of self, and we know
Yeah.
what's going on, right?
Yeah. And are you into comic books? Did you ever like have a comic book phase?
Not really. I had a big fucking He-Man, G.I. Joe, Star Wars
Shit,
phase.
they're about to come out with He-Man. Yeah, He-Man, G.I. Joe, Star Wars. Yeah, but those are all like TV shows and movies. So
That's what,
film culture.
I feel like comic. My pops was in the big time, and he saved me and left me all these comic books. And
Oh really? That's cool.
I lost them.
No.
I'm talking about like probably worth thousands of dollars.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I lost them when I moved. I think somebody stole them, but whatever, you know. But no, he was in the comic books, but I was into that. Yeah, I was in that cartoon shit, like Saturday morning, fucking sit in front of the TV with your fucking cereal. And
awesome. What favorite cereal? What were your go-to cereals? It's hard to pick one, I'm sure.
Captain Crunch, probably.
Captain Crunch?
Fucked up your
What
mouth.
kind of Captain Crunch though? Which one? Are you getting like the ones with the berries, the peanut butter?
No, the original, whatever the.
Originals.
I think they were like.
Yeah.
Not berries. They were like were they honey? I think I don't remember.
I think the flake itself, like the
it's a round barrel, and it fucked your mouth up every time you ate it.
The roof of your mouth.
And I still
yes.
ate this shit.
Yeah,
it
that's
tore
fire.
that shit.
I love it too. I love it too. I love it too.
Now I'm still eating Frosted Flakes and shit though.
It's like 3 cereals in one. The first phase of it is the one where it hurts the top of your mouth, and then it starts to get a little bit soggy, and that's the perfect one. It's like in the middle,
Yeah.
and then the third phase is like it's too soggy.
It's too soggy. Yeah.
Either way, it's like 3 different cereals. It's an experience.
Yeah, man.
Cereal's
Never old. That's new nostalgia.
I'm getting back into it now, bro. I'm having a bad phase of
Every
Special
night,
K.
man. Cereal is like that's why I can't lose weight because I can't let go of cereal.
So that's my next phase. Cause
Like
I was
at
big
night,
on ice cream and
at
shit.
night I got the big ass cooking bowl. My wife's looking at me, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, yeah, this shit is good.
Yeah,
bowl like this.
And I fucked it up, and now my thing is that I get like these protein granolas, and I just throw that bitch into Special K because you can never get enough.
I break them up. I break the protein granolas up in a bowl, and I
Just
put
throw
milk
that bitch
in
in
it
there, yeah.
and eat it like cereal. I do that too.
I was doing that, but now I just mix it with the Special K on some real protein shit.
There you go.
It's not good. It's not good.
My son is heavy on that protein shit, like always yelling, "There's not enough protein in the house, Dad."
That's good that he's on that as a young age.
7 days
That's the
a
way
week.
to lose weight, ironically.
He's in the gym 7 days a week, my son.
That's amazing.
Have you seen him? This kid is a fucking animal.
That's awesome.
Like
wow.
I never seen anybody his age that look like that, bro.
He's in high school or
High school, 11th
okay,
grade.
Good. Okay,
yeah.
so that's good. Oh wow,
He's a
11th grade.
monster,
Okay,
and he gets mad if he don't go. Like he'll get mad. I didn't go to the gym, Dad.
Oh, he keeps you account. Oh no, if he
Yeah,
doesn't
I take
go,
him. Yeah, I'm driving him there, so he's like drive me. Sometimes I go in with him, but I can't even keep up with him. When
I could imagine, huh?
Earlier, I was like, "Yo, you can't fuck with me, son." And then now it's
that
like,
changes fast.
Yeah, now he's lifting heavy.
Yeah, once you learn how to work out, it's
I'm like,
alright.
you good, man. I'll still whoop your ass though. Just let's get that straight.
You already got something going, like you with the music.
Multiple videos I should put out.
And it's not. That's I first bought the camera for that. Look, no, I don't gotta pay videographers to do videos. I can just do my own shit. But it turned into me just doing all kinds of shit. I'd go out and just film, and now it's kind of like when people say if you want to own a restaurant, you got to do every position.
Right.
You feel me? I feel like when it comes to us as artists, like we got to learn every position to really be at the best of our game. Because then when we hire, Director X and all these and Spike Lee and all these raw people to do our videos, we know better how to articulate what we want.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Because we have our experience. They're like, no, we could shoot it this way and that way. You know?
My homeboy is dealing with directors, the producing his video. And he fucking paid the dude, and he's chasing him now for his fucking film back. It's been like,
that sucks.
Like, so that's another problem. Like, you got to do shit yourself if you want to get it done, because you can't rely on people.
You could do a lot yourself, but like we mentioned earlier, you got
to have a little team.
Unity. It comes and that's part of the process. You're gonna have bad experiences, but that's why you gotta value when you got a good people. You feel me? And you gotta value the times you got with good people, because that's just not gonna last forever.
Absolutely.
People are gonna grow, and people are gonna have other endeavors, and that's part of relationships. Doesn't mean shit sours, but take advantage of the moment. See the opportunity when it's hot. Strike the iron when it's hot. Because
when my homie comes from New York, we go out the camera all day and just shoot multiple videos for different
raw. songs,
and we get all this content in one day.
And that's you and him being like-minded, being on the same page.
We just shot my last video that just released. I Said What I Said.
Oh, we'll drop a clip. We'll drop a video.
Yeah, I Said What I Said is a new video, and he was the fucking film guy.
Nice.
And then I edited it at the crib, and we put it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
And who did the scratching on the album?
I think some of the scratching was done by me just through Florida Studio.
Okay, added it like that.
The only DJ that's recently scratched on my shit. Fuck, I'm gonna kill myself.
I think it's the outro that there's some scratching on it, right?
Yeah, my man did a scratch for a song with me and RJ Payne. DJ XS1. XS.
DJ XS1?
Yeah.
We were just with him yesterday.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
DJ XS1. Shout out to homie.
Yeah, DJ XS1 did the cuts on my.
That's crazy.
My album,
okay, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, and they were dope. And it was the RJ Payne song, and he did the hook for us.
Yes.
And he did like a big pun and something else. It was dope.
That's dope. Wow.
Yeah,
okay. Insane.
Yeah, shout out to DJ XS.
And then talking about another Miami Chico. Let's paint the picture for me here. you're coming up in the battle scene in Miami, and you cross paths with that Chico Pitbull.
I knew that was coming up. Yeah, so in early 2000, I was doing a lot of rap battle competitions in South Beach, wherever they were. I was in every site.
Where are they taking place at? Like
at this time, this particular one was at Club Cream. It was called Club Cream
so
back
like a
then.
nightclub?
Nightclub.
Okay.
And it was hosted by DJ Epps. My boy, shout out to DJ Epps. He's the first dude that actually did a mixtape with me.
Mixtape, right? Your first mixtape.
My first mixtape with DJ Epps. Yeah, so shout out to Epps. Night Breeders. Yeah, that's my people right there. So back then, I went in. He told me to shoot through. You know, he's like, get in this battle, and he would put two people against each other, and then you'd make it to the next round.
Okay, like a tournament style. Okay,
yeah, cool. And then to be in the finals, and then that was in front of a bunch of people.
Nice. Okay.
And this was just a showcase to get you in. So my first dude that I battled was they put me against was Pitbull.
Wow.
So I'm not gonna say who won. But the crazy shit about what they don't know about Pitbull, and I want to say I respect Pitbull because, and we spoke about this, Pitbull will show up anywhere and everywhere by himself all the time, right? So I respect hustle like that because you never see him with a squad. You never see him in there causing trouble.
Can't rely on it. He
was just there walking in by himself, networking, and then moving. I go to studio in North Miami. I think it was Studio Green something, Light or something like that. I walk in, Pitbull's in the booth. I go to a club in Club Fifth, I think it was South Beach. Deja Vu.
Okay.
I think it was. Anyway, Pitt's in there networking. Like everywhere I would go, I would see this dude.
Mr. Worldwide, for real.
Yeah, and I knew, like even seeing him and battling him, I'm like, yo, this guy is fucking working, man. He's gonna make it. And as soon as he linked with Laz and Laz started spinning his record, shout out to DJ Laz, because that's what we miss. I think also we talk about like music now and then is like the DJ putting the artist on, right? Like the radio's helping the artist get out. I feel like that's disappearing, right? You still got Hot 97 like Funk Flex and shit like that where they're helping artists and Static Selector on XM radio and DJ Prime, shout out to Prime, helping independent artists. But on a worldwide like iHeartRadio or Odyssey Radio, these companies aren't spinning local artists anymore, right? Because there would be no Pitbull if it wasn't for Laz pushing him on Power 96 and then pushing that to where he got on 99 Jams, and then he met Lil Jon, and then he signed TNT Records, and that was it. He was gone. Yeah. TNT almost signed me, by the way.
TVT.
Was it TVT? I thought it was TNT. It was TVT. My bad, TVT. Yeah, I sat with the A&R before. But yeah, like none of that would happen if local radio didn't support him at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't see that shit anymore. We don't do that no more.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything's money oriented,
Correct.
People sell out for the bag, and
absolutely
it creates a
hostile environment.
Yeah, hostile environment, and for lack of a better term, it whores that out. It whores it out the whole system, and like it becomes about money and just chasing money. It's not a good thing. So as a graffiti writer, I did want to ask this: do you type your music when you write it, or you like write it down physically?
I write it physically.
That's an important thing too.
Always as a graffiti artist, you're just always using your hand. Like even when I write my lyrics, it looks like graffiti.
So it's not even like. Have you ever tried typing it? It's just not the same. But
it's not. The only time I type it is on my phone. Like where I'm like thinking and I gotta get it down, I'll type it.
And you just get the idea down, but then you actually write bars like.
But when I write it on my notes on my phone, when I get home, I just write it out
on a notebook.
So I got notebooks everywhere.
Yeah. Pen.
Old school pen, yeah.
Okay, cool.
All the time.
That's cool. I my handwriting's always sucked. And I'm a guy that I'll fuck with my words and the wordplay a lot. So like I love the utility of being able to delete and
it's dope. And then you got the voice where you can say it and then
that's crazy. That's good too though. That is true.
It helps.
That is true. Yeah, 100%.
But if I got a note in my head or a tune or something, I'll record it.
Was the Pitbull a battle before or after the picture with Khaled? You have a picture performing with Khaled in the background. Was that around that era?
Before. No way. I'm sorry. That was after.
Okay.
Yeah, Khaled was doing something with Reggae Wear, which was a big hip-hop clothing store. If you old heads are there, they're going to comment that no Reggae Wear. Khaled was the host DJ for Reggae Wear, and it was open mic, and I was battle rapping there, too.
That was crazy, yeah.
But it wasn't like a battle rap where you move up. It was just like open mic. Like
Open mic, yeah.
we would just get on there and just fucking.
Everybody has a chance to
There was mad pictures of like me and Khaled back in the day. I remember Khaled used to drive a little BMW, and we used to help him load his records. I remember KRS-One performed at Club Renegade, I think it's called now in Fort Lauderdale. I just remember Khaled in a little BMW.
Working.
So people laughed. They're like, "Yo, you got a picture of skinny Khaled?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. He was out hustling.
Out here for real.
He was doing his thing, DJing everywhere.
Yeah.
And he started as a DJ on a radio station. So.
Oh yeah, from the bottom.
96.
Yeah.
And you got some big features. Killer Priest. You got some big.
Yeah, I got 4 songs with Killer Priest now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
He was I gotta give love to Priest. I was in New York recording one of my real first albums, like my big project. It's like a big deal to me, man. And I called him and I'm like, "Yo, I'm in New York, Manhattan studio. Can you link up?" And he came, he showed up, dropped a verse. No money. We just been building because I'd met him in Miami, and my homegirl was she ran a newspaper called The Cypher, which was a hip hop newspaper.
It's a cool name.
Yeah. And she interviewed him and linked us up. And when I came to New York, I shouted him out, man. He showed right up. Like, "Yo, let me help you with something. Like, pay, you know what I mean?" Like, nah,
I know. I linked up with, from Brand Nubian.
Dot X. We got 3 or 4 songs, too.
Crazy.
Mad cool, Dot. I mean, it's crazy to me because that's one of my first introductions to hip-hop.
To hip-hop?
Like, listening to Brand Nubian.
That's crazy. Slow
Down. And now I got a record with Dude. That's like, I could go now. I know that sounds crazy, but like I could say I did shit that I wanted to do.
And that means something to you. So I like to play this game or segment with my guests that are in the fields of creation. It's the Shoot Your Shot segment. So what's an OG artist that maybe you grew up listening to that's still in the game now, and maybe a younger artist that you like to work with and shoot your shot to collab with on the music tip?
I would say old school artists that I really want to work with would be Rakim.
Okay, legendary.
New school.
Yeah, doesn't have to be some, just
no,
somebody you want to work with.
Yeah. I had the privilege of working with some really dope new school artists like R.J. Payne. He's not real new school, but he's like coming up, doing his thing. He's huge. Hus Kingpin, I've got honor to work with him. So if there's an artist out there that I wouldn't be able to get near. Would be somebody like J. Cole.
Legends.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just to get...
Saying he's retiring now, but I don't know.
Yeah, they say he's retiring.
I love J. Cole. He's one of my top 3, if not my favorite, for the longest. I think he's just gonna come back with a different rap name or something. He used to go by The Therapist. So
I think whoever makes your music better, like, that's why I respect artists. Like, if you're a good artist, I don't sometimes get too involved with the name. I get involved with the sound. Like, when I heard a record, I was like, "Yo, I hear Sadat X on this record."
I love that.
So I reached out to Dot and like, "Yo, I hear you on this record." I wasn't even, like, hey, I gotta get Dot. I want to work with him. Like, I always wanted to work with him, but just the fact that a record had his... So if I could get with an artist that makes the record better, that's what it's for, right?
That's great.
Because music's for listening to, right? We want to create this art. That you can put artists don't sound right on a record and you're like, "Yo," just to say you worked with them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you see that a lot, right? Like
100%.
Big artists coming out with collaborations. You're like, "What the fuck is this?"
A lot of times, yeah, a lot of times. And then we end every episode with the Big 3 draft segment. So I'm not sure. Are you you seem very informed of Solomon, so you're informed like the Bible. Okay. You think we could draft 3 Bible books like each? So the Big 3 is like we pick like the best or worst of any specific whatever the topic is. So do you think we could pick like 3 books in the Bible that maybe we could tell people that like must read books or just our favorites or
just 3 favorite books? 3?
Yeah, but we go one by one. It's a draft. It's draft style. You feel me? So if you say Genesis, I can't say Genesis. If I say Eclectes, you can't say
MCs or something. He seems like he's more in tune with others.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely in a religious sense, like biblical sense of reading. Culture, but there's a lot of good. We're just saying books in general, man. Like,
well, I was saying Bible books because of the play on your name, but we could switch it up. We could switch it up and we could do something else.
Because when you say Bible books, it's like there's 3 books that I think of: is the Torah, the Quran,
Right.
and the Old Testament and the New Testament. But when you say books that are related to
in the Bible, right? Type shit.
stories in the Bible.
Right. So you have like Genesis. You have.
Don't call it books. Bible.
Oh, okay.
The Torah, it's like those are all stories.
There's stories in the Bible. They're split up into.
I go by.
Call it books.
I read the Torah.
And that's why the theme of the show is you learn and you laugh, because I forgot about that and now
It's
I
all
learned,
good.
and I'll never-
Let's go with books in general because I think like,
yeah, let's do all kinds of books.
Yeah,
Let's do all kinds of
whatever
books.
you're
Open
comfortable.
up, because we've done like self-help books before as a draft, but now to not do the same thing, we could do all kinds of books.
Yeah, well, just
So
good.
Solomon, the Torah is the first 5, right?
The Torah is the first 5 books.
Exodus,
Genesis, Exodus,
Deuteronomy.
Genesis, Exodus.
Deuteronomy.
Man, you got me off my Bible study.
No, okay, no, I'm pretty sure it is.
But if you
Torah
haven't,
is like the first 5.
yes. So the Torah is the original. Yes, the Torah is the original.
Moses.
Yes, correct.
Pretty much.
It's what they would call the Jewish the Jewish Bible, or Judaism, but it's the original Bible. That's all it is. It's the first scripture, and then you got the Quran, and then you have the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Right.
Here's my thought, and this is gonna make a lot of people mad too, since we just brought it up, and I'll make it quick because I know
you're good, man.
we're wrapping up.
No, you're good.
Here's my thought. Everything that's human base or human touch has been filtered for an agenda.
100%. I agree with that so much.
So and I say this very carefully because there's a lot of religious people that live by the Bible's words, and I'm not saying don't, or the Torah or the Quran. I'm just saying they were written, right? If they found them, they were still written. And there's a lot of belief that a lot of things were written for an agenda, especially we look at the Roman era of when Rome wanted things a certain way. So they tapped into our books and our Bibles, similar to the USA and the government tapping into our history books that we teach at school.
Right now, exactly.
That we're teaching these things because there's an agenda of what we want to teach and when people live by, right? Mm-hmm. I've always believed, and I've lived by this, because I've been around my grandparents. My grandmother is a Holocaust survivor.
Wow.
She's Ashkenazi Jewish. And my mother is the opposite. She's a Scottish, Polish drunk. You know what I mean? She's Catholic, so she's like reading the New Testament.
Perspective, that's crazy. Different perspective.
I've seen it all. Like I grew up around Buddhists. I grew around. Some of my best friends are Muslim. So I listen. Remember we talked about sitting in a room and listening and everything. And here's my thing. Like what I learned is like, when you do right, you can't go wrong. Without getting deep into biblical sense, meaning like when you treat people good things happen. And I believe that manifestation of what you do is the results you get. And I can't understand why there's wicked people in the world, but I can understand like when you do something wrong and you do something that you did it. Like you feel it inside.
Conscious.
That's God.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Like when you do something wrong.
Your guilty conscience is God.
Is God telling you like, come on.
You know wrong. You
know
better.
If you follow a righteous path of doing right by what you know is right, I feel like it don't matter. You could pray to Allah, you could pray to God, you could pray to Jah, and there's a higher power out there that sees your good. And that's going to manifest your future, whatever you do. You know what I mean?
I don't think they're going to, when we go to heaven, I don't think they're like, oh, what Bible did you read? Like, I trip out when people go back and forth about religion because it's like,
I agree.
God is God.
I think sometimes religion helps people and it also separates people.
I look at it like it's like, you feel me? I feel like it's music. There's different genres of music, but good music is good music.
Crazy.
Whether it's hip hop, rock, it's like, you feel me?
I hear you.
There's good songs with music.
There's good points in the Bible that are great stories and that are likely some are true or might have been edited to be something, whatever. True. However you look at it, right? It's a great book to read. I'm not a Bible smasher. Like I think the Holy Torah is. I loved it, and I didn't read it all yet. But King Solomon and Solomon 11:11, I felt something when I read that. Right?
Wow, like that's real.
Inside, like when I was reading it, I felt something emotionally touch me.
Yeah.
So something with that is to me is a spiritual link to God.
I want to pivot on the big 3 draft. We're gonna draft three ways to express ourselves. 3 ways we could encourage people to express ourselves, and we could open it up to everything. Like the easy first round picks are probably going to be music and maybe like exercise, things like that. But we could get a little bit more complicated depending on where the draft goes. So, what's the number one way you think people could express themselves, or should express themselves, or try expressing themselves? Especially in a world where we're all connected, people don't know how to express themselves, people know how to talk. I think it's important you get different outlets in life. So
I feel like
there's a lot of ways we
communication in general, like just talking, like speech, yeah.
Speech in person though, with people.
Communication, building.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Agree with that. I'm gonna take music. I'm gonna take music off the board because I think the few of us that are able to rhyme and sit down and come up with, even if you're making beats, whatever the case may be, that's a form of expression. You could get lost in that work and lost in the art, and that's such a blessing, dude. Like I can't tell you how many times on this podcast alone we've already brought up that us artists, we write our best shit when we're going through life in the worst times.
Biggest hits came out when you're going through something.
My heart goes out to people, like civilian people that aren't making music or that don't know that feeling and don't have that cheat code, or you could just be going through it and be like, dog, let me just write something, let me just listen to a beat. So
therapy.
I think that's beautiful. And anybody listening to this right now, maybe if you're going through, maybe you got writer's block, embrace it. Have that hard conversation with yourself and try to write about that hard shit you don't want to think about. Maybe that's the banger you need to write. Maybe that's the song that's going to change your life.
I love it. Yeah.
What's the second way you think people could express themselves?
I think I'll call it doodling, but like drawing, like just.
That's a great tag. That's a great full circle to you tagging.
Yeah, like a wise person says, like, you manifest what you write sometimes.
Yes.
Like if you have something in your mind that you really want, write that shit down. Start building a list of goals that you want. And don't stop just doing it once or twice. Whenever you're feeling a certain way, sit down and just keep writing it.
Make it tangible when you see it. And full circle to what I was talking about, typing music. If I want to memorize a verse before performing it, I write it down on a notebook. Even though I
because you keep
committed to memory.
I used to do that. Yeah.
That's the funk right there.
Rewrite it over and over.
Rewrite it. Yeah, you do it like 2 or 3 times. You rewrite that. I think 16 times is like
my memory.
Or something like that.
My memory shit.
Yeah, okay. So 17. Okay. So you said
art, like
drawing in general. That's dope. Second thing I'll say today. You know what? It's kind of a cheat code because it's kind of creative writing like music, but I opened up music and my first pick was music in general, so you could like be a beat maker and everything. Today I sat for like 3 hours on the phone with my homie Mauricio, episode 25. Man, we wrote a screenplay. We came up with, like, he had an idea for a screenplay, and we sat for 3.5 hours, bro. Just banged it out nonstop, no breaks, just back and forth ideas, testing things out. What is this? What about that? And honestly, man, I think her name was Ms. Rubin. I had a creative writing class freshman year, and I just look back at that, and it's like creative writing in general is fun. Yeah. You can just get, you don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be a full-blown author.
Poet,
just, yeah, you don't have to, you don't rhyme. Just be creative.
Storyteller. Yeah. I embrace that.
That's fun, man. I think writing in general, do some creative writing. I used to write fan fiction wrestling scripts when I was a kid, and it's like, just try writing. If you got it in you, try typing something out, man. Writing's a good way. Oh, another cool thing too is like whenever you're like have frustrations with somebody, or you have a message you want to get across with somebody, like write it out.
Write it down.
You feel me? Write it out. Like so, writing in general, creative writing's a good form of expression.
Also, when you write it down, just like a lyricist and an artist that writes, it helps you figure some emotions out.
Yes.
Like if you're going through depression, when you write it out, it helps you figure out why you're going through a breakup, whatever it is. If you write down, you start answering questions that you have, and like, wow, and you figure some shit out.
How you feel?
100%.
100%.
Absolutely.
Last pick for ways for people could express themselves.
I'm gonna go with the shit I was terrible at. I'm gonna go with dance. Because I feel like dance is an expression, right? Like, watching people express themselves with that form of art. We look at the elements of hip-hop. Yes. The dance is there for a reason. Because it's a great form of expression and energy.
100%.
Without saying anything.
100%. And I'm going to pivot off that and say exercise, because health is wealth. And whether you're dancing, whether you're running with us every Wednesday, Health is Hip Hop in our run club, or, you're hitting the weights like his son, going hard, training for football and being able to rock people.
Or you lifting them cheeseburgers.
Yeah, or you're lifting them cheeseburgers, or you're lifting, those graffiti cans, tagging, whatever it is, man. If you're healthy, you're able to have more fun. Yeah, man. If whatever it is, if you're healthier, and you're expressing yourself like that daily, making that effort. If you're choosing to suffer a little bit in the gym or in exercise, you're going to be able to really deal with the pressure of life when it's time to really suffer. So yeah, express yourself like that, people, because I can't tell you how many times I'd be feeling down, and then I walk in that gym, boy, and I'm like, oh man, I'm here, man. Let's get this popping. Let's get this shit going, because
it's a chemical.
It's been a long day.
It's scientific that there's a chemical in your body when you work out. It makes your serotonin work better, meaning that you get happier, you feel better. So it's science. Science don't lie, man.
And this is mathematics, because every episode we end with a message to the people. One last message for the people before we get out of here, Solomon.
Work hard, play hard, take time to balance life, because remember what's important is not always going to be there. So when you could work your ass off for this goal or this money or this financial gain, but miss time somewhere else. And none of that shit will matter if the people that you love aren't there anymore. So focus on what you love and what matters the most first. All that shit is secondary.
Wise words from King Solomon.
Word up.
That's real. That's real.
Word up.
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said at the beginning, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
You rocked that, man.
Thanks.
Great job.
Appreciate it.
Sliding in the studio.